Long ago, the nation's bicycle industry seemed on the verge of becoming a lackluster part of the business scene. The mountain bike seems to have reversed that image, and you'll find them everywhere these days. But if you're a so-called ultra enthusiast, just any bike won't do. Tonight, the News Center's Ingrid Bell takes us behind the scenes for the latest, the custom-built Megabike.
This is a far cry from the typical assembly line, and probably the only time a businessman will tell you a picky customer is a good thing.
Consumer, the educated consumer, the ones that are going to buy a frame from me, are going to scrutinize these welds.
Right.
My goal was to get the welds as even and consistent as possible, but also as small as possible, so that when the bike is painted, you can hardly see them.
Right. You really can't see them there.
Welds are a small but important part of this process. Each bike is meticulously made by hand. Strong measures out every angle, every millimeter. When it's time for the maiden voyage, he wants to know everything's perfect. Customer and bike should function as one.
I just like to go riding with them. You know, their first ride is going to be exciting. They're, really curious as to how the bike's going to ride, what it's going to be like. Is this $1,000 bike frame investment going to really be worth it? And, hopefully it is, and hopefully you're there when they experience that it is.
If you think custom bikes interest only elite athletes, think again. Tom Johnson's more of an elite recreationist. He wanted a bike to match.
The biggest thing that appealed to me was just that I could choose the metal I wanted. I preferred steel, and also I can choose the angles. I have a real long torso, so I wanted to lengthen the top tube, and the beauty of it, you can just make whatever you want. Pick your own components, pick your own colors.
Custom bikes take anywhere from 18 to 40 hours to create. For Strong, who also holds down a day job, that translates to about 5 weeks before he can hand over the freshly painted custom frame with whatever colors and designs you can imagine. It's Strong's belief that if you can imagine it, he can build it. Ingrid Bell, News Center Network, Bozeman.
Still ahead on the news at 6, the latest deadly...